What's up guys, welcome back to Virtual Reality. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. Today I have a special video for you. We check out the history of virtual reality, how everything began. So many people think, oh, Oculus was the first one that made a VR headset. That's not correct. The beginning of virtual reality was a long time ago. There was even the beginnings of 3D pictures. That was the foundation of everything, and I will show this to you with some examples that I have here, very old stuff, and we will check this out. You can find everything about VR and AR on this channel thanks to my sponsors VoodooDE VR, Opperman Events, Andi de Velser VR Ambassador and Alpha Blend Interactive. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Okay guys, so let's check it out. I prepared a historical list that I can see here on my monitor. I read that during my presentation, but I also prepared some stuff here. So the first thing is not the Oculus Rift DK1. It starts in the year 1838. That's awesome, 1838. And there was a thing that's called Stereoscope from Charles Wheatstone. And this is the Stereoscope. I managed to buy that. Was not so easy. And you can see there are two lenses here. There you can put your face on this. There is a grip. And now we have, I will show this to you, different pictures that are two pictures from the same scene but in a different view. There's only a little bit different, like one picture is from here and one from here, so only 2 or 3 centimeters away. And for example, if I put this picture here, look at this, and now I can hold the grip here and watch through the two lenses, and I can see some horses here in 3D. This is really awesome. I can see it in 3D, and that was the first time that we could use 3D images just from photographing the same scene from different views. Awesome, right? This is the Stereoscope from 1838. Awesome. The next thing is 1929. There was a Link Trainer flight simulator, and this was the first simulator, I would say, with realistic movement. So if you go to the side, then the whole machine goes to the side and stuff. But that was only used by the military. 1932. Edwin Herbert Land invented the Polaroid filter. And that means we have two pictures, and each picture is put on one of your eyes, and that causes a 3D effect. So with two different filters. The Polaroid filter was very common. Everybody used that, and that was a really good invention. Very interesting, 1935, there was a short story that's called Pygmalion Spectacles von Stanley G. Weinbaum, and it's this story here. And if you go through the story, he's talking about magic spectacles. He describes the first time something like a virtual reality with glasses, haptic, smell and holograms. That was the first time somebody thought about something like that. And that was 1935 in this short story. Very interesting. The next thing was 1938. There was a device that's called ViewMaster, invented by William Gruber and Howard Graves. And here we also had two different pictures, like with the Stereoscope, but it was much easier and comfortable to use. I have the original ViewMaster here. You can I can even show you the original box that says ViewMaster from 1938. And this is the device. It's from metal, and we have two lenses here as well, where we can put our eyes here. And then we have the pictures in this paper case, and then we can pull it out. And this looks like a wheel with different pictures. But the same pictures are on the opposite each time. And this is the same like this, but much more comfortable. So, and of course more of them in the same wheel here. So we put it inside here like this. Then we can watch through it. So I see some animals from the zoo, a warthog here. And we can switch the pictures just by pulling this lever here. Now I see a zebra, some tigers, another tiger, some monkeys, and everything in pretty good quality in 3D, with a 3D effect. So this is really awesome. Then you can pull it out again and put it back into the case, and you can just choose other. I have a lot of this stuff. I even have a full box of these pictures here, and it's so awesome that I can show it to you. The ViewMaster from 1938. Then 1952, there's a thing that's called Cinerama, and this is a format of a really big screen, a very wide screen. With the sense of that was that, or the use case is that you have a higher immersion. But for this you needed 3 projectors and cameras. So that was very expensive and very rare, of course. 1960, there was the Telesphere Mask from Morton Heilig. And this comes from a US patent, and that was the first head-mounted display. So head-mounted display means that you have something like you can mount on your head, like the virtual reality headsets we have today. Very, very awesome. Then 1961, there was the Philco Corporation Headsight, and this was the first tracked headset. That means we have magnet sensors inside the headset, and we had 3 degrees of freedom tracking, so we could move around a virtual reality. The next thing that was invented was 1962, also from Morton Heilig, Sensorama. And that was the first immersive arcade simulation for entertainment, and it was a motorbike simulation with a vibrating seat and even with smell. So you could smell the hot dogs of New York while driving through virtual reality. It's so crazy. The next thing was 1968, the Sword of Damocles from Ivan Sutherland. That was the first augmented reality headset I know about. And that was so heavy that it needed to be mounted on the wall, on the ceiling. That's really awesome. So people had to watch through it like this, and they saw geometric forms in 3D, and that was directly projected in the user's eyes. Very interesting, but of course that was nothing for at home. That was very expensive, very rare. Then 1982. That was the year where the first time the words virtual reality were mentioned. So that was the first time anybody used the words virtual reality. And that was in the Roman, the Judas Mandala from Damien Francis Broderick. So he used the first time the words virtual reality. Awesome. 1986, there was something that's called the Super Cockpit from Tom Furness, and that was an head-mounted display that was invented only for the US Air Force. So they could use something like flight simulators where they could fly jets before they fly real jets and stuff. Really good progression. And after that, 1919, the NASA had something like virtual interface environment workstation. And that was really awesome because it stimulates the user's senses. However that's possible, like the feeling of your stomach and smell, and everything was possible in real time virtual reality computer generated environments. That was really awesome, and this was possible with stereoscopic sight and remote cameras and even interaction with your hands. That was the first time you can use your hands. Next thing is 1991, virtual group arcade machines. So as the name says, that was for entertainment only, and that was something like, you know, from the VR treadmills today. We are in this really big machines, and we could see 3D games with a very low latency of less than 50 milliseconds. That was 1991, that was really good. And we also had virtual reality controllers for the first time for entertainment. Then 1992, there was a system that's called CAVE, and that means CAVE Automatic Virtual Environment, and that was developed in Chicago. That was very expensive. We have a very big area where we can even use more people in the same area with a LCD shutter glasses, 3D view and motion tracking in one room. That was really cool, but of course nothing for at home as well. 2009 there was the successor of the system, and that's called Deep Space, and had a bigger play area. So, and then 1993 there was the first head-mounted display, the first virtual reality headset for home users, and this is the Stunt Master. That was released by Victormaxx. You see that here. I have this, and that was the first thing that you can use at home. So it has mechanical 3 degrees of freedom tracking, and you can play games with that. It has integrated sound, but it only has one lens, so only monoscopic view here. But it was quite comfortable for these times. You have to connect it to your PC, of course, and you have the reset button. You can use brightness, sensitivity of the tracking, volume. You could control anything. That was really good. It was the first try for virtual reality for home user. The next thing is that was my first time that I played a virtual reality, and that was the Forte VFX1 headgear. Look at this big thing. Oh my God. Isn't that awesome? It's so big, and that was the first time I played virtual reality, 1994. I think I had it 1995, however, and that was also one of the first consumer headsets, and it has the same functionality like today the Oculus Rift, for example. It has integrated sound, it has microphone, it has head tracking, it even had a tracked game controller. The problem, of course, was the very low resolution, the very small field of view, and the price. It was very, very expensive. Today, the company Forte, their name is VoodooDE. So VoodooDE is the next company that bought Forte. Very cool, but that was unfortunately not the breakthrough of virtual reality. The next try was 1 year later, 1995. A lot of companies tried to bring virtual reality on the consumer market. First one was Nintendo, and many people of you know the Virtual Boy, of course. This device here, and that was not tracked. You just place it on the desk, then you put a cartridge here. That was a game. What's that? I don't even know the name. And you put it inside here, then place it here, and then you can even change IPD here, change focus, and then you just watch through it like this, and you connect the controller. This is the Virtual Boy controller. You can connect it here, and then here comes the batteries inside. You can play the games like this. That was not comfortable, not really good. It was only a monochrome effect with black and red. We couldn't move that. You just have to place it on the desk, and it was not successful. Definitely was not successful. Atari also tried it with Jaguar VR. That was also not successful. Sega tried it. Cybermax tried it, but it was all not successful. Then there was something like in the same year R-Zone, and that was also not successful. It's this device here. You have a head strap here, and you mount it on your head and place it on your forehead here, and then you can put inside a cartridge, a gaming cartridge here, and you can play games, and the games are shown in this little screen here, and this reflection screen that just mirrors a LCD display that's in the device here, and that was absolutely useless. Nobody needs that. It was the first time that something was portable with mobile games and an hologram effect, but that was really not good. Then let's put it on the side. 1996. Sony tried it finally with the Glasstron. Look at this. So for me, this is the most awesome looking virtual reality glasses. It looks like future. It looks like from the movie, Ready Player One. Look at this. It's so cool. It looks so cool. And we could, it was very, very, very low weight, of course. It looks like a normal glasses. A little bit at least, and we have a 3D effect here, and we also could play games like Mech Warrior. We also have integrated headphones here. Look at this. Really cool, but unfortunately that was also not successful, although it looks really cool. That's my favorite looking stuff here, Sony Glasstron. And then finally, 2012, there was two guys, John Carmack and Palmer Luckey, that founded the company Oculus. And that was the breakthrough of virtual reality as we know it today. They invented the Oculus Rift. That was the first headset of the new generation, and they managed that via a Kickstarter campaign. They got $2.5 million. That's awesome. And 2013, the first developer kit was out. And this is the DK1, the Oculus Rift DK1. Look at this. This is the first thing. I had that 2013 and I was totally blasted. It was so awesome. That was when I decided to love virtual reality. Although I got a little bit motion sick because there was no tracking and stuff, no controllers. So I sold it again, and now I have it again. And I waited until the final release version was out. 1 year later, the DK2 was out, and it has tracking and was more comfortable, looked a little bit better and stuff. And you can still play games with the DK2 today. That was Oculus that managed to push virtual reality into the next generation. And 2014, Facebook bought Oculus, and that was the thing where Oculus got a lot of money and could develop a lot of more stuff. And finally, 2016, that was the year where Oculus really pushed everything. The Oculus Rift was out and every company tried to push out their VR headset like HTC with the Vive, yeah, Oculus, and then the PlayStation VR. We have all, and then everything started. Everything you can see here started. Pimax told, oh, we have a 4K headset, and now we have even the Vision 8K Plus with 2 4K displays, then the Vive Cosmos Elite and stuff, Vive Pro with OLED display and all this cool stuff here, HP Reverb and all the cool stuff. And yeah, for me, the breakthrough was really 2012, where the company Oculus was founded and where Palmer Luckey and John Carmack showed the first prototype of the Oculus Rift. That was the absolute breakthrough of virtual reality. Yeah, guys, I hope that you liked this small history of virtual reality. I hope you saw some stuff that you didn't know before, like the cool stereoscope. If you like to support me, you could perhaps imagine all this stuff is very expensive for me to get all this stuff, to have a whole studio only for showing you virtual reality. If you like to support me, you can do this via Patreon, YouTube membership, or for free via Amazon Twitch Prime, or just buy your stuff via my Amazon link. You find it in the description below. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. If yes, I would like a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because you can find all the virtual reality reviews of all the headsets here, all of the upcoming stuff, cool VR equipment, and of course virtual reality games and weekly news. Thank you for watching, and if you didn't watch the movie Ready Player One that came out 2018, you should do that. It's a virtual reality movie only about virtual reality. Thanks and see you next time. Bye. Ciao.
VoodooDE